First, I'm going to demonstrate how to properly seal and package suspected drug items. In this case, we have a suspected baggie of cocaine. For evidentiary purposes, what needs to happen is every time you receive any type of drug items have to be packaged separately from any drug paraphernalia, i.e. if this was found in a pack of cigarettes or anything like that, the pack of cigarettes has to be packaged separately from the drug item itself. The drug item itself has to be weighed. In this case, since it has a clear plastic baggie that is non-conforming and can't really be sealed or folded from, we're going to keep it inside this bag. This bag is then going to be weighed on our digital scale, which will then give us our indicated weight in grams, which is the appropriate unit for measure when you're going to submit it to property and evidence. Once you've weighed it, the item needs to be placed in the clear plastic bags that are going to be provided for you to package all type of drugs and drug paraphernalia items. The reason why we're using these plastic bags is because they're more solid and sturdier, and a lot of times drugs and drug paraphernalia have a tendency to leak, seep, or if they're not completely enclosed, start leaking out of its packaging. Therefore, it needs to have an enclosed container that can keep all of that in together. Once you've weighed it, we're going to place it into our bags. It is not necessary to use a full bag every time that you're doing any type of drug submission. If it is a smaller item, you can seal it further down and then cut off the excess packaging and then reuse that for something else as well. So in this case, we have our drugs that's already been weighed, and we're going to heat seal it using our heat sealer into the bag itself. Once you have a heat seal, you need to double check to make sure that the entire package has been sealed and heat sealed through, and that there are no gaps in your heat seal itself. Once you've done that and confirmed that it has been completely sealed, three things need to happen. On the package itself, since this package will be submitted for testing to find out what type of drugs it is, whether it goes to the GBI or it's in-house testing, three items need to be on this bag itself. The first is, when you've sealed it, you have to initial cross the heat seal itself with a date. Okay, notice how it's on the heat seal. It's not above, it's not below. The reason why it's doing that is if anything happens to the seal, we can see on both sides whether you've initialed it or not. Second thing that needs to happen is you need to have your weight on here. Your weight needs to be written clearly and legibly with the unit of measure, okay? And the third thing is you have to have your case number. Okay, the case number has to be on there as well. Once you have this, you can now submit it with the rest of your items. Make sure that you've notated the weight, not only on the bag, but also on the property and evidence sheet, and also described this item in its entirety, i.e. a white baggie with a powdery substance.